สวัสดีค่ะ Welcome to Hot Thai Kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how Thai people do pasta. Now growing up in Thailand, I only ever had two types of pasta. It's either spaghetti with sort of a Thai style meat sauce, or it's what we're making today, which is something called pad macaroni. Now pad means to stir fry and macaroni is exactly what it sounds like. So when I was little, I always thought that this dish was Western food, and then I discovered later that it's unique to Thailand and it's more of our interpretation of what Western food is. So I'm going to show you this dish. It's super delicious, and if you have kids, they're going to love it because it is a very popular kids dish in Thailand. So let's get started. So the ingredient list is going to look a little bit not Thai because that's sort of the whole point of it. So the main sauce for this is actually ketchup. So ketchup in Thailand is sort of the epitome of Western ingredients. It's what we associate with Western food. So if you see someone putting ketchup in pad Thai, that is wrong and wrong. It is essentially a westernized pad Thai by definition. And then of course, because it's still for Thai people, we're going to add some sriracha hot sauce. So this is a Thai sriracha. The bottle looks like this. However, you can just use regular Rooster Brand sriracha, and how much you add depends on how spicy you want it to be. This is just going to be a little bit spicy, but if you're making this for kids, you want no spicy at all, you can just do all ketchup, or you can do more sriracha than ketchup. It's completely up to you. Oh, and I have a recipe if you want to make your own sriracha as well. I'm going to add some Golden Mountain sauce. So Golden Mountain goes really well with ketchup. And by the way, in case you don't know what Golden Mountain sauce is, it is basically a type of soy sauce that we use often in Thai cuisine, and it's got a richer flavor than our standard soy sauce. Maggi is a similar flavored sauce that you can also use, or you can just use regular soy sauce as well. I'm going to add just a touch of sugar because I find that if I don't, the vinegar in the sriracha and the ketchup is a little bit sharp. But if you think that your ketchup is very sweet, you can always wait to add the sugar at the end so you can taste it first before you see if it needs any. Touch of white pepper for a little kick. I always love white pepper. And that's it. That's the sauce. Pasta choice. So in Thailand, we obviously use macaroni for pad macaroni, but when we say macaroni in Thailand, it's one of two things. It's either an elbow macaroni, but it's bigger, much bigger than the ones you can find in North America, or it's a long macaroni, which is basically like a spaghetti with a big hole running through the middle. So I can't find those here. So I would say use any tube pasta you can find. As long as it's got hole running through the middle, you'll be fine. So I love these screwy ones. I think they're really fun to eat. That is it. We are ready to cook. A little tip, timing wise, I like to drop my pasta just before I'm ready to get started in the wok because I know I'm not going to take any longer than it takes the pasta to cook, and you don't want to let the pasta sit for a long time because then it gets cold and clumpy and all that stuff. So this works out for me every time. All right. So I am going to do what I normally do, which is cook my protein separately. So for this dish, I've got some shrimp, which is common for pad macaroni, but you can also do chicken. If you want to make this vegetarian, you can do tofu. If you're going to do chicken though, make sure you marinate it a little bit in some soy sauce so that it's got some flavor. And that's it. I've got some nice browning on the shrimp. I know my shrimp are perfectly cooked, and then I don't have to worry about them overcooking in the wok later. I'm going to add just a little bit more oil and then butter. So this is actually an idea I got from one of my Instagram fans, and she said that her mom puts butter, and I thought that's a brilliant idea. So keep the heat a little low at this point because the pan's hot from earlier, and then some garlic going in. Let the garlic toast in the butter, and then as the butter starts to brown, go in with some carrots and onions. So if you notice, even the choice of vegetables for this is very not Thai. So carrots is not something that we use a lot. Even onion, shallots is sort of the more traditional onion. So a lot of times we'll refer to the big onion as Western onion. And how long you cook the carrots and the onion just depends on if you like them soft or crunchy. If you like them crunchy, just 1 minute and move on. And then I'm gonna add some eggs. Lots of eggs for this. I like to add 3. I think egg is sort of what makes this dish really yummy. They hold on to the sauce really well. Break the yolks. Don't scramble it just yet. Let it set part way because you don't want it to be just complete mush. You want nice big pieces in there. And then you get this nice marble effect with the white and the yolk. So once it's sort of almost set, then I can toss it with the vegetables. All right, now I'm gonna turn this off because the next thing to go in is the pasta, and I am just about 2 minutes away. So that's it, just turn it off and leave it. Nothing bad's gonna happen. You can just relax and clean up a little bit. Okay, so my pasta just finished. Just gonna drain it. The only thing I would say if you're using a short tube pasta like this is make sure you really shake the colander, because a lot of times there's water that's hanging out inside, and that water is salty, right? Because you're gonna salt your pasta water, right? Yes, you're gonna salt your pasta water. And sometimes there's just salty water clogged in there and you don't want it to go in and make your pasta too salty. So really give it a nice shake. Whee! Okay, that's done. I'm gonna turn this back on. All right. The pasta's going in. Boom. The sauce is going in. Boom. Oh, yeah. Give it a quick toss. So now, once it's all nice and thoroughly coated, you can go ahead and taste it. And if it needs more sugar or anything, now's the time to adjust. I'm gonna go in now with some tomatoes. And tomatoes are also not entirely Thai, because tomatoes in Thai is called mะเขือเทศ, which if you literally translate it, it means foreign eggplant. Okay, so finally, I'm gonna just turn this off, toss in some green onions for some freshness, and almost forgot our shrimp going back in. Yeah, that's good. And just give it a quick toss. And the juices from the tomatoes are gonna come out and sort of mix with the sauce a little bit. Woo, that looks great. So I don't recommend saving this for later, because you see how it's all nice and shiny and luscious. I find that if I, make it in advance and reheat it later, it's still good, but it's not gonna be as moist because all that sauce that's shiny on the outside is gonna get absorbed into the pasta. So if you can, eat this fresh right off the wok, like I am gonna do right now. Oh, the flavors of childhood. Except when we made it when I was little, we didn't add any sriracha because, we were kids. But now it's a little spicy, sweet, tart. It sort of got the same feel as like a sweet and sour stir fry type thing. So if you like sweet and sour stir fry, you're gonna love this, and kids will go nuts for this. Heck, adults go nuts for this stuff. So I hope you give it a try. So easy, and it's a weeknight pasta dish. And when you make it, send me a photo on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. And the recipe, as always, will be on hotthaikitchen.com. And I will see you next time for your next delicious Thai meal.